It's day 6 on your Balance, Build and Bloom plan. This is a 21-day strength journey. We're working for around 20 minutes each day, strengthening up your body, empowering you to make good movement decisions. And at the end of every session, we also work through a nutrition tip so you can go and you can make really good choices around your nutrition and empower yourself to make those great choices. Today, day number 6, we are working on a seated stretch and release flow. So it's going to all be down, seated onto the mat. However, if you want to sit on a chair, a comfortable chair, then you can do that instead. You don't have to be down onto the mat with me. That's absolutely fine. And at the end of this session today, we're going to be talking about snacking and smart snacking. So you don't need anything else apart from your mat or your chair, depending on what you're going for. Let's get this session done. Okay, so I'm sitting on my mat. Of course, you've got your chair if you want to sit on your chair. We're just going to start with some lateral breathing. So we're going to work on breathing outwards, work on really expanding the ribs and working into the muscles of those ribs as well. So what I want you to do is just take a breath in through the nose. And as you do, just feel the ribs coming outwards, putting your hands onto your ribs here as you feel the rib that's coming out, and then exhale, feeling them shrink back in again. So you want to aim to fill up as you breathe in and expand outwards, and then exhale. Okay, so we're going to really be working on this for a good minute here. So in and out. Inflate. Deflate. Well done. So keep breathing through all of the time. Really, if it really helps to have those fingers just tucked onto the ribs there as you feel the breath opening up and then reducing down and then opening up and reducing down. Really visualizing your lungs as two big balloons that you're really inflating and they're just really moving apart, expanding your rib cage, opening up that chest, really helping with your posture. And then coming back in, but then as you're coming back in, you're not hunching over, just really keeping yourself open. Well done. So let's go for another 10 seconds here. Open up those ribs, keep the shoulders back, ears in line with shoulders here. Good job. Okay, so on the next in-breath, we're going to exhale and move the chin over the shoulder. Take a breath in. Move the chin over and exhale over to the other shoulder. So inhale and exhale over. And keep going in that pattern, remembering each time that you are breathing laterally, so we're really breathing out into your ribs. Keeping the shoulders back, and you're sitting in whatever position is comfortable for you. So if you're sitting in a chair, then you can sit forwards in the chair as long as you're not slumped into that chair. And sitting on the mat here, you could be kneeling onto the mat. Well done. Okay, from here, we're going to work to get the chin down to the chest. So breathing in, and then exhale the chin down to the chest, really lengthening through that neck. And inhale to come back up to the starting position. Exhale back down, lengthening through the neck. And it's just the neck that's working here. So I'm not coming down and hunching down, not rolling through the tummy or the shoulders. So just working on bringing that chin down, lengthening through the neck, and then back up again. Just finding that neutral position, chin parallel with the floor, down, and up. And if you're feeling any tension through the upper back as you're pulling that neck down, really lengthening up, then just stop where it's comfortable for you. You don't have to get the chin down to the chest every time. So let's do one more. Well done. So from this position here, we're going to roll the shoulders. So roll those shoulders in one direction. And then make that movement a little bigger. Just a little bit bigger. We're not going to go into the arms just yet. We're just rolling through those shoulders. And now we're going to go the opposite direction. So starting small and then working out if you want to, if you can. Well done. Okay, back to the first way. And just breathing all the time here. A nice flow of in and out breath. And reverse direction. Good job. Okay, amazing. So just make sure you're sitting upright, just a little posture check. Make sure you're sitting upright. Okay, if you need to have something behind you to support you, that's fine. If you've got a little something like I have here, then you can lean up against something just to help to support. Or if you're on your chair, lean back a little bit, a little pillow behind you, a Pilates block or a bolster, anything like that that you want to. I'm going to bring my arms out to the side and we're going to do some little arm circles here. So out to the side. Just breathing through, just find a nice pattern of breath and just really working on that breathing. Okay, so just that lateral breath. Well done. And let's go the other direction with the arms. Good. Lovely work. Bring the arm across the body and just feel the stretch through the shoulder. So just really feeling that. If you can't feel that stretch, bring the arm up a little or down a little bit and make sure you're not pushing on the elbow, so you're either above or below that elbow. And you're just feeling that stretch through the shoulder. And then just pull through to the amount of stretch that feels good for you. Well done. Let's switch sides. Taking care not to twist your body, so you're still straight on and that arm's just coming across the body. Well done. Good job. And take a rest. We're going to do some seated side bends here, so I'm just going to show you onto the mat. And again, you can have your legs however you want them. I'm just going to bring out one arm to the side and I'm just going to reach over across here, just from a seated position. So you can do this from kneeling, so I'm going to show you from kneeling as well. If you're happy kneeling, then you can have a kneeling position over. And of course in your chair it all looks very, very similar. You're just leaning over, really feeling the stretch down through the side here. Now I'm not putting a lot of pressure into this supporting hand, but I can lower myself down if I want to increase that stretch. And stay here just for a few more seconds. Coming back up to the center, and we're going to go over to the other side. So stretching over. And the important thing to notice here is you're just stretching to your level. Okay, so there's no should or anything like that when it comes to your range. Your range of movement is your range of movement. You might be able to get all the way down to the mat from this position, or you may be up here. However you feel that stretch, that's your body telling you that is your stretch. So that's where you go, that's where you stay. We are all different. It would be so boring if everybody was the same. Okay, there is no comparison, no judgment here. 2, 1, good job. Okay, so from this position here, we're just going to twist gently to the side. And I've just changed my position to a kneeling position here, but you can absolutely be in whichever position you're happy with, as long as your body is facing forwards. So if you're on your chair, or you are from a cross-legged position, whatever is good for you. So just over, and I'm just moving my head as well, making sure that that's not being left behind. And we're just stretching out through the upper back here. Now, if this feels okay for you and you just want a little bit more of the stretch, I'm going to show you how we can increase that in just a second. But before we get there, we're just going to finish off with this one. Take just a little rest as you just feel the benefit of loosening up the first top half of your body. And I'm going to show you how you can increase that stretch. So exactly the same as we would before, but you're going to stretch out one arm and you're going to come back. So when you want to join in, if you want to do this longer stretch, then you can, this more extended stretch. Otherwise, stay where you were before. And I'm just looking at my fingertips on that back hand, on the leading hand, and not forgetting about breath. So where you feel that the stretch is at its longest and you feel that the breath, you don't have enough, that's where you're going to breathe out. You're really going to exhale. Make sure you're not holding the breath at any point. And I talk about that a lot. We're holding in the muscles, we're not holding in the breath. Well done. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a seated hamstring stretch. So the backs of the legs. I'm going to show you how we're going to do this onto the mat, but I'm also going to show you a variation if you are doing this on your chair. So I'm going to show you from the mat here. You're going to sit with the legs wider than the mat, and you're going to sit up. So you're going to sit with your pelvis tipped slightly forward so that you're nice and straight. So you're not slumped back here. The pelvis is rolled. So you're going to sit nice and strong here. Bring up the toes to face you. Okay, so you're pushing those heels out, and you're just going to slide the hands forwards until it feels comfortable. So you're going to feel that stretch through the backs of the legs, rounding out the back, and we are going to hold. So we're going to hold this for around 20 seconds here. Okay, so we're going to work on increasing some flexibility in the backs of the legs. And after 20 seconds, we're going to lean into that stretch a little more. Okay, so let's walk the fingertips forwards, just slightly, really slightly, till you feel that stretch again. Okay. And again, you may be all the way down onto the mat. You may be really high up. Well done. And once more, just walk those fingertips. You may be able to walk a millimeter forwards. You may be able to go a centimeter, or anywhere in between. And slowly come back up. Well done. Tuck one leg in, and then we're going to travel down one leg. Okay, I'm just going to put my fingertips onto my toes here. What I'm not doing, I'm not pulling my toes towards me. I'm just putting that fingertips on there, and I'm feeling that stretch down the lower part of my leg here, as well as through the upper. And again, you've got the variation if you're from a chair. Let's switch sides. Tuck in. Okay. So just hold. And let's go back and see where we are on the hamstrings. So sitting up nice and strong and straight. Again, we're just going to stretch back into the backs of those legs. Nice deep breath in and exhale out. Walk those fingers forwards. Toes are up. We're just going to hold. So it's really important here not to bounce or push too much. We're just going to hold into this stretch here. Well done. Let's walk those fingertips ever so slightly further forwards. Are you feeling that you've maybe got a little more flexibility that you didn't have before? Good. Well done. And once more forwards. So really making sure that it's just the stretch that you can feel. If there's any pain or any spasm or you're starting to cramp up at all, just bring it back. It's really important that you don't overly stretch. Okay, these things take time. Building flexibility, stretching out takes time. Better to do little and often. Okay, well done. So just before we finish, I'm going to do one more stretch deep into the muscles of your bottom. So I'm going to show you this stretch lying down, but you can do this from a chair, which I'm going to show you that variation as well. So here you are lying down, and you're going to put one of your ankles over your supporting leg, so foot nice and flat on the floor, and you're just going to push down onto that knee. So you're pushing that knee down. Okay, so stretching the muscles deep into the hips here. Just working on that breathing. Let's switch sides. Push down onto that knee. Let's go again, one more on each side. Now you may not need to push down onto that knee. Just having your leg in this position might be enough for you. Maybe to get your knee pushed down. But we're working on that slight bit of rotation here into the hip. If that's too much for you, then you're going to wait here and you're just going to really think about that position. Sides. Last one here. Okay, we're going to finish this little series today with the child's pose, and I'm going to show you a variation from a seated position into a chair if you are not down onto the mat with me as well. So you'll be able to see that on your screen. Everyone else, you've got this child's pose here where you're going to walk the fingertips forwards. You're going to feel the stretch in the shoulders. You can keep the toes together and the heels apart to sit nice and deeply. Otherwise, you can keep the heels together. Dropping the head, walking the fingertips forwards and feeling that stretch down the length of your back into your shoulders. As you try and sit further back, walk the fingertips forwards if you like. And making sure you're not holding your breath, especially when you are really condensed up here. There is a tendency to want to hold that breath, but just try and breathe freely. Relax into the breath. And take you will rest. Really well done on today. Stick with me now because we are going to be doing our nutrition segment on snacking and what good snacking is, what healthy snacking is, and how you can, and the kind of I think I've got 3 little snacky tips for you in our next section. So join me now for that. Otherwise, I'm going to see you tomorrow for a day of guided breathing and a full body scan. So we'll do that tomorrow, and then we will be into week 2. So really, really well done on almost completing week number 1, and I will just see you in a sec. Today's nutrition focus is snacking smart. So it's common to think of snacking as a detour on the road to health, but it can actually be quite a powerful part of your wellness journey when it's done right. So smart snacking can boost your energy, support your metabolism, and help prevent overeating or making bad choices at mealtimes. The key is choosing snacks that are nutrient dense and satisfying. So here are 3 smart snacking tips. Number 1, combine protein with carbs. So this duo is going to help to keep you fuller for longer. So think apple slices with almond butter or Greek yogurt and berries. Number 2, keep hydrated. Sometimes thirst is mistaken for hunger, so have a glass of water with your snack and throughout your day. And number 3, plan ahead. Plan some healthy meals ahead to stop you from overreaching into things that maybe aren't healthy. So choosing wisely, your body's going to thank you for it. Don't snack if you don't need to snack. So you need to sort of think about when things are a habit and maybe when you actually need them. So listening to your body is going to be really, really key here. Making good choices at meal times, but if you do feel that you need to have something in between, then choose wisely, plan ahead, combine your protein with your carbs, and stay hydrated. And those 3 things are going to keep you on the path to wellness and to where you need to be to reach your goals. I hope that was useful. Please do let me know if you have any questions, any feedback, anything at all. And I will see you for day number 7, the last day in our plan for this week, before we head into week 2. Catch you tomorrow. Bye.